Let us dedicate our practice to resolving everything. And also to treasure what has gone, what we've lost in a dear friend, in a son, a daughter, in a parent, in a teacher, or in someone you don't know, but you respected and who has passed away. We dedicate to parents and family members and wish them strength and trust in the Dhamma. We don't understand how we got here. We have a karma. We die when we die, and some people die prematurely, tragically, and some of us die peacefully. We have no way to predict that, but we all must die. We're all here to die. Maybe that's what the title of the retreat should be. We're here to die. I thought of a title like that, but nobody would come. When I was a young nun, Sayadaw U Pandita and also Ajahn Sumedho, they would always say, we're here to die. And there was one lady on the retreat. Her mother was also on the retreat, and she was worried about her mother, who was practicing very earnestly, and she thought that her mother would die. And Sayadaw said, well, she's here to die. And the daughter got very upset at him. But it's true. He said it would be so good if she died on the retreat. Because when you're practicing the Dhamma, we're more mindful, and a mindful death would be a really good one. So, but don't die. Really what we want to die to is our anger. We want to die to our anger and our frustration, to our critical mind, die to our sorrow, and die to our self-pity. Die to this self. We're so full of self. How do you do that? You just die to it moment by moment. This is not who I am. What are we? Well, if we die to this notion of self, we'll find out who we are. And what we really are doesn't die. So that's really what it is. It's die before you die. It's dying to this stuckness, to how lost we are. We want to die to that. We want to wake up. And if we wake up before we die, what a wonderful thing. That would be it. You can die now. Wake up and die. So let's sit together and during this meditation practice, bring up viscerally the memory of your loved one who died or who left, and know that whatever they brought to your life will never die. And essentially, it's really the body formation that disappears. So we don't have access to that, but the friendship is always there. The love doesn't die. And the gift of that love is a teaching, because it's not about what we receive, but it's the act of giving the love, that quality that we cherish. And so it's really important for us to keep them alive in that way. That's really what meditation is about. It's keeping the flame of love, the light of the Dhamma burning within us. Even if we live another day or another 100 days, it doesn't matter how long. It matters that the flame of love doesn't extinguish, doesn't die, and it won't, because that's it. But we'll wake up to that. So let's sit together. While you're meditating, be aware of grasping. Sitting down to meditate, notice your breath, the body, whatever tradition or technique you follow. Just notice if there's expectation, reaching into the future. What do you want? If there's wanting, there's future. There could also be past, I don't want. Things that you don't want to think about. People you don't want to remember. Events that you don't want to remember. Or events that you're looking forward to. This is future and past. For you, the gong has already rung, and your mind is ringing with thoughts about what you're going to do, what you're going to get, what you did do, what you didn't get. Then the present moment is not present. So be present. Present moment awareness is present and aware. What a wonderful thing. There is no greater gift than that. We come to the present moment empty-handed. If we're holding something in the mind, put it down. Let it die. Put down the wanting mind, the getting attitude, the thoughts of what was or what will be, and really give attention to here and now. What we really want is to wake up, and we can't wake up in the future. The past is dead, so too bad, didn't wake up. But here and now, yes, here and now, we can do this. But the next breath will be the future. So just receive it without any thoughts of waking up, but receive it as a wakeful moment. It's that simple. To be fully present is to be awake, without ego, without wanting, here and now. That's it. And again, and again. But we're only in one moment, one breath at a time, and give it its full due. Every moment is a birth and a death, born and dies. That's life, born and gone. It's fast. Some of us live a long time, some a very short time. But there's a karma, so let's not time out as we breathe. Let's be here, attentive, clear, letting it all be. Stay present. Stay really attentive to the breath. A good breath, a bad breath, there's no perfection in the body. But is our attention open, alert, diligent, continuous, really here and now? Or is it lost in thought? Come back. Just come back. But to stay present, to sustain presence, is a beautiful thing. The mind becomes quiet, more silent, awareness deepens. As we dive down into the fullness of the present moment, it's timeless, vast, empty. Leaving thought is entering another dimension of presence. And to enter into that, this is what we practice for. To be present in this way, beyond thought, entering the heart, entering into a galaxy, infinite. We're no longer walled in by concepts, by life, by the thought world. We're free. There's no one, just pure presence, moment by moment. There are no mistakes in this presence. There's just awareness. All is clear. There's no me or mine. There's no you or they. There are no pronouns in awareness. Being here, awake, is a lovingness. It's a godness. It's good, through and through, purity, perfect mindfulness, stainless. And we sustain that stainlessness. Precious love itself, our nature, what we truly are. It's timeless, not separate from anything, as if we were plugged in to the whole universe. No me, no one, just all beings are one. This presence, no division, no hatred, no fear, fearless. Just be with this knowing consciousness. No boundaries. Pure awareness, awake to this here and now. This knowing, just to know knowing. Awareness, aware of itself. Forever, just aware. Consciousness itself, what we are. It cannot be known by the senses, but by love alone, through the heart. You can only know this is love. When we abide in this love, there is no grief and no sorrow possible. When we identify as a human body and all that that entails, we suffer. Without knowing suffering, we cannot know the ending of it. That is why the Buddha instructs us wisely to begin with suffering, not to run away from it, but to understand it, to go beyond it, in the heart of our own heart. So that is the light of the Dhamma. What helps the mind to stay inward and to sustain attention? We can train the mind. In the sense realm, there's so much to discover. But what we've discovered as meditators, we're paying homage to what we have within ourselves. What we have to discover in here is the work of an expert archaeologist. Because we have to dig, and it's a ruin. So you have to look through the dust and the rubble of a lifetime of sickness, of old age, of disappointment, of brokenness, to find the jewel. It's within. There's some wonderful techniques for the archaeology of the earth, but the archaeology of the mind does not need to get attached to a technique, because there's a danger in that. So if you become a disciple of a technique, then you think that if you shift to the left, if you just hold it for another breath, you'll be there. This is all about duality. Me and mine. What can I get? And then we're lost. We're just caught up in the instruments. The mind is a very precious instrument. We have to use it just so, in a humble homage, witness way. And to let the mind be absolutely clear of rubbish. Let it all fall away. And even with the mind, we can be demanding a certain kind of meditation. Then we're stuck in the past. But we're not here now. Fresh moment, and receiving it with that same quality of humility, openness, simplicity, love for this present moment awareness exactly as it is. We're interested in the center point around which everything else spins. And if we can stay present with that, one moment at a time. I first really learned how to meditate by observing pain. So if you take interest in the pain instead of responding to it with fear, there are layers in the mind of knowing experience. And if the fear of the fear is what we're really experiencing, pain we can endure, pain by itself. But if we want the pain to go away, it's unbearable. So we have to look at the wanting. And the wanting is the self all over again. We have to get rid of that. There's a layer of experiencing pain. There's a resistance to the pain. And we need to back away from the resistance without resisting. There's not much chance for the mind to settle. But if we can know resistance and just call it by its true name, there's fear, there's resistance, and just be with that sensation of cannot bear the pain, cannot bear it because you so want to calm down. So in the end, just keep knowing second by second, this is resistance. And be so alert with awareness and just be witness to it. Let the resistance fall away. Know it as impermanent because it arises and falls away. So you watch resisting, arising, ceasing. Because it is just a calming, a loving quality, a knowing quality. This is impermanent. It arises and ceases. Know it for what it truly is. Then know that there is no self. So look at the emptiness of that. Who is this I that resists? Is it permanent or impermanent? It's impermanent. So you observe the quality of that is resisting the fear, that is reacting to the pain. And if you can come back through all that jungle to the pain itself, there you will find a treasure. The ability to be with pain and know pain for what it truly is. It's also impermanent. It's not who I am, and it hurts. It's all suffering, but isn't it a teacher? Isn't it a great teacher? Because you can see the beginning of it, the middle of it, the ending. If you dissect even the action of knowing pain, so we can turn our mind to so many wholesome qualities, like compassion to this impatience, compassion to this aversion, compassion to not wanting pain. Patience is a quality of bear with, be with, an archaeology in itself. Think of someone you really love and that you're dedicating your practice to that being, and then immediately you forget about your pain because you think of this dear parent just lost their son, or this dear friend just killed herself. And then you forget about your pain because you have a lot of compassion. The human mind is very artistic in the practice. It's an art. There is an art to suffering. And this is it. The art of suffering is the ending of it. Because we learn how to knead it like a bread, and then it rises and it's edible. But it has to go through a process.